So here we are with the front and back pieces. I have attached the hem band for both front and back, and all you need to do is just take the front and back hems. You're gonna fold them wrong sides together. Then you are going to pin the front hem band to the front piece, right sides together. You're going to do the same thing for the back piece, and then you're going to end up with a very nicely finished front and back pieces. So that's what we've done so far. Oh, I then went ahead and I pinned the shoulder seams. An important thing to remember here is that if you are going to be inserting a sleeve, you need to pay attention to these notches from the pattern, because this is where your sleeve is going to go. So basically, you're going to stitch this part, leave this open, stitch this little bit of an end here, and then you're going to insert the sleeve. I'm gonna do things a little differently. I went ahead and I started sewing the shoulder seam, and I wanted to see if I could, instead of sewing the sleeve and then inserting it, if I could just go ahead and pin the sleeve on the flat, like on the flat surface of the garment, and it actually works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna sew the other side, just the first segment of the shoulder seam. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to pin the sleeve right here. And then when it's time for me to close the sleeve, I will sew the sleeve and the last little bit of what looks like a shoulder seam, but this is actually going to be part of your side. Okay, so I'm gonna pin my sleeve. I will stop by to show you how it looks like, and then I'm gonna take it to the machine. If you are going to use your serger, I am going to serge this bit here before I pin and sew the sleeve. What else? And do not forget to replace your needle. You are not using a regular needle here. You're using a jersey, ballpoint, or stretch needle, because you're working with knits, and you really need a different kind of needle to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna be pinning my sleeve, and I will show you how it's gonna look like. So this is how it's gonna look like. I pinned the sleeve, so right sides together, matching the middle of the sleeve piece to the shoulder seam. I decided that I wanted to make sure that my shoulder seam is pinned to the back. So I'm just gonna put right there. And I'm gonna take this to the sewing machine. I am going to sew it. And then I'm gonna serge it, put the sides of the sleeve and the sides of the piece together, and sew everything in one move. So I have attached the sleeves. I have stitched and then serged the sleeves. A little bit of it didn't get caught, so I might go back to the serger and then just run this piece again so that it won't shed. But this is how it looks like right now. So let me see if I can. So this is the neck hole, this is the body, and this is the sleeve. And what I'm gonna do now is bring this little piece with this little piece and then pin the sleeve like this. And then I'm just gonna sew and serge, and I am going to have the side of my sweater. So that's what we're gonna be doing right now. I just need to go back to the serger and fix that little section that didn't get enclosed.